What is femicide? Femicide is a crime involving the violent and deliberate killing of a woman, but many states do not specifically define such a crime in their criminal codes. As a result, statistics are hard to come by. In northeastern Mexico, a major drugs battleground, the number of women slain jumped over 500% between 2001 and 2010, according to a study by Mexico's National Commission to Prevent and Eradicate Violence Against Women. Guesmes says public violence against women intensifies when crime gangs take control. It's associated with rape and displaying the body in public places, a lot more brutal. Women in conflict zones are often seen as territory to be conquered, and raping and murdering women is a way to intimidate rival gangs and the local population. Authorities say victims are getting younger and the attacks more violent. President Enrique Peña Nieto, who took office in December 2012, has pledged to reduce drugs war violence, but has not made major changes to the security policies pursued by Calderon, nor has he done much to tackle murders of women, experts say. Before becoming president, he was governor of the state of Mexico, which encircles much of Mexico City and is home to Ecatepec. In the second half of his 2005 to 2011 term as governor, the murders of women doubled in the state.
A series of governors in Chihuahua pledged action as the President Vincent Fox, but his special prosecutor has proven to be toothless, according to critics, and solutions have dissolved to dust. 3 Mexican presidents, Carlos Salinas and Ernesto Zedillo, and Fox, failed to declare the mutilation of murder of women in Juarez a national emergency. It was 10 years ago the gunman creeped down the hillside into the center of his impoverished village in Chiapas state. By the time they fled, hours later, the attackers had littered the ground with bullet casings and killed 45 innocent people, including 21 women and 15 children. Then President Ernesto Zedillo, reacting to international outrage over the killings, ordered an aggressive investigation.
Ella es Mariana. Mariana Lima, buen día, mi hija. Ella estaba en CEU, en la Facultad de Derecho estaba. Desgraciadamente, Julio César la sometió a un sufrimiento que mi hija no merecía. A las 3 semanas que se casó con ella, le dio la primera golpiza. Y le dijo que la iba a matar y que la iba a meter a la cisterna porque allí ya tenía 2 o 3 mujeres que no habían aprendido a tratarlo como él se merecía. Y un día ella vino aquí y me dijo, mamá, ahora sí voy a separarme ya definitivamente de Julio César porque ya no aguanto la vida que me está dando. Ese día fue el último día que yo la vi con vida. La línea de investigación nunca la han cambiado. Siempre la han seguido como un suicidio. Por principio de cuentas, los peritos ni siquiera estuvieron en el lugar de los hechos. No había ningún cordón. El único cordón que yo vi fue el que estaba de la cortina, pero nunca me imaginé que de allí, según el dicho de Julio César, de allí se colgó mi hija.
Impunity exists at every level. That's why the situation won't be addressed. If the murders are punished decisively, they will also have to look into the crime or administration role of the policemen, forensic experts, and the prosecutor's office. If they were punished too, the district attorneys will also have to be held accountable. And if they are punished, the governors would also have to be held accountable. The fact that there is still no data says it all, that the message is clear. Women can be murdered in the state of Mexico, and it does not matter. It does not matter because no one will conduct a serious investigation and put the murder of women in prison. Pink crosses are made to symbolize for feminism.
The demand for justice echoes in the streets of the state of Mexico. The phenomenon of women being murdered is rising fast, yet authorities seek to downplay the crisis.
The government says it was a rape, a statutory rape. Her husband killed her. It was a murder. Basically everything except calling it femicide.
Nearly 1/5 of the femicides in the country are committed in this state. That is 526 in 5 years. Human rights organizations criticize the media's official line, marginalizing the seriousness of the problem.
People really don't have the information on what is happening. Many women will say that they know that there are murders of women, but the news says nothing about it.
Many of the families of victims say they face a difficult battle against the injustices. Irinea Cortez, whose young daughter Maria Buendia was murdered in 2010, denounces the actions of the authorities.
Después de una lucha titánica porque desgraciadamente las autoridades
After a titanic struggle, unfortunately, the municipal authorities, for their eagerness and complacency to protect the murderers and criminals, don't do anything, absolutely nothing.
Cortez says that ultimately building strong, independent organizations may be the only way to confront impunity and to force authorities into delivering justice. Clayton Kahn, Telesur, Mexico City.
In Ciudad Juarez, the violent killings of women, many of whom worked at the transnational maquiladora factories on the border, sparked an international movement. Several documentaries, books, and Hollywood films were made to highlight the problem. Between 1993 and 2014, at least 1,530 women were violently killed in Ciudad Juarez, according to independent researchers. In only a third of that period, between 2005 and 2011, an estimated 1,997 women were violently killed in the state of Mexico.